I spent the last week researching Etsy shops that made millions selling digital products, and these 9 shops all did it in under 3.5 years. The best part, they're selling files, digital PDFs, and these aren't products that you have to pack and ship and hold inventory for, and they're just files. So after they upload them to Etsy, they don't have to do any other work for them to sell. I'm going to show you the actual products behind these shops, why they work, and what to take from the strategy without copying the products. The opportunity is making a useful file that helps someone do something faster. So let's start with the boring one first, because annoyingly, the boring one is making some serious money. First up is Priori Digital Studio, and this shop is in the spreadsheet and the template lane. And the top listing I found is a small business bundle bookkeeping spreadsheet style product, and it was priced around $29.10. The estimated sales last month, $300, and the estimated revenue last month, $87.14. And the shop overall shows $3.6 million in estimated revenue. And this is why I keep saying digital products, they don't have to be cute planners anymore. This is a useful product. It helps someone manage money, business, bookkeeping, planning, or even tracking. And people will pay more for a digital product if it helps them feel less chaotic with money. It's very relatable because financial confusion is basically a full-time hobby. And the lesson here, do not only think pretty printable, think useful tool. And if you know spreadsheets, budgeting, inventory, planning, taxes, bookkeeping, or business tracking, this is your lane. A beginner version could be a small business expense tracker, a digital product profit calculator, a monthly budget dashboard, or a side hustle income tracker. And you don't need to build this giant complicated system first. And just start with one clear problem. And this next one is smart for a completely different reason. They are not selling shirts. They are selling the thing that helps other people sell shirts. B2B, business to business. So shop 2, Goldie Mock Studio. And this shop has almost $2.9 million in estimated revenue. And their top listing is a Comfort Colors t-shirt mock-up, and it's priced at $38.04. Their estimated sales last month were $250, and the estimated revenue last month was $95.10. And this one is so smart because they're not selling the t-shirts. They're selling the image that helps other people sell the t-shirt. And that is a completely different angle. They're selling to the sellers. And the sellers, they need mock-ups because they don't want to photograph every shirt, sweatshirt, mug, tote, bag, or digital product. They just need a polished image and fast. And the beginner lesson here, sell tools to people who are also trying to sell. Mock-ups, Canva templates, listing graphics, product photo backgrounds, digital product mock-ups, social media templates. If your product helps another seller save time or make their listing look better, they understand why they need it. That is a strong customer. Okay, so I want to show you what I already see that connects these two shops. These shops are not all selling the same thing. One is selling spreadsheet templates. The other is selling t-shirt mock-ups. And coming up, there are sewing patterns, crochet patterns, scavenger hunts, design bundles, and embroidery files. And the lesson is not go make one random printable. That's way too vague. The actual lesson is useful digital files can scale. Files that help someone make something, sell something, plan something, organize something, or save time. That's what I'm looking for as we go through these. Not just, is this shop making money? I want to know why someone bought the file in the first place. And the next shop is a great example because it made serious money from a journal bundle. So next up, Little Birdie Canada. The shop shows over $1.8 million in estimated revenue. The top listing I found is a 2026 big journal bundle, and it's priced at $30.54. The estimated sales last month were $846. And the estimated revenue last month, $25,837. And that's the type of listing that makes you pause and stare at your screen for a second, because this is not a tiny $2 printable trying to carry the entire business. It's a bundle, and bundles matter. A bundle feels more complete, it offers more value, it feels like a system, and it gives the buyer more reasons to say yes. So the beginner lesson here, if you are making digital products, do not only think about the one-off printables. Think about what the bundle version could be. A reading journal bundle, a fitness journal bundle, a content planner bundle, a budget tracker bundle, kids activity bundles. One product is a test, and a bundle is where the value can grow. Shop number 4. Next up is Exclusive Design Lab, and this shop shows around $1.8 million in estimated revenue. The top listing by monthly revenue in the screenshot is an Easter scavenger hunt for toddlers or kids, and the price is $23.98. The last month estimated sales were $449, and last month's estimated revenue is $10,767. But this shop also has a very interesting low price listing, a budget planner Google Sheets product, priced at $198. Estimated sales last month, $16.45. Estimated revenue last month, $32.57. So this shop gives us two lessons. The scavenger hunt that shows seasonal printables can make strong money when the timing is right. Easter, Halloween, Christmas, graduation, birthdays, school events. Parents need activities fast. Teachers, they need activities fast. And party planners, they need to get things done quickly. Urgency sells. But the budget planner, that shows that low price products can move a lot of units. So there are two games here. Higher price seasonal bundles and lower price simple templates with volume. And the beginner lesson here is pick one problem with a deadline. This could be a holiday activity, a party game, school printable, travel planner, budget planner, or an event template. People are much more likely to buy when they need something soon. The next shop, Patterns for Less. This shop shows over $1.5 million in estimated revenue. And this one jumped out immediately because the top listing that I found was a 500 plus sewing patterns bundle. It was priced at $399. The estimated sales last month were 17, and the estimated revenue last month was $6,800. That's a $399 digital product on Etsy. And this is not what most beginners think of when they hear the words digital downloads. Most people think a $3 planner, a $5 planner, or maybe a $12 template. But this is a high ticket digital bundle. Now, I'm not saying start with a $399 sewing pattern bundle tomorrow. So please do not go and make 500 sewing patterns by midnight. This is exactly how we end up unwell. But this lesson is important. Bundles, they change the math. You don't need thousands of sales if the product is higher value and genuinely useful. A beginner version can be a 10 pattern beginner sewing bundle, a seasonal sewing project bundle, a first 5 project bundle guide, a kids clothing sewing bundle, start smaller, proof demand, then build bigger. Next up, Kleinmaker. This shop shows over $1.7 million in estimated revenue. And the top listing I found is a 28-in-1 Tiny Beasties collection. And it's priced at $63.68 and had 42 estimated sales last month with an estimated revenue of $26.75. And this looks like a crochet or craft pattern collection. Again, bundle, not one tiny pattern, a full collection. And craft buyers love this because they are not just buying a file. They're buying future projects, and this is the difference. The customer can picture what they're going to make. Tiny animals, dinosaurs, dragons, holiday items, baby gifts, a lot of cute things, and cute things sell. Annoying, but true. And the beginner lesson here. If you're crafty, patterns are a serious digital product lane. Crochet patterns, embroidery patterns, sewing patterns. You're selling instructions that help someone make a finished thing, and that's valuable. And the next shop is Magic Mango Studios, and this shop shows over $1 million in estimated revenue. The top listing I found is a funny tarot card design bundle, and it's priced at $59.95. They had over 74 estimated sales last month, with the revenue of $4,436. And this looks like a digital art or a design asset bundle. Again, the key word here, bundle. Design bundles work because people can use them to make other things. Shirts, mugs, stickers, wall art, printables. You're not just selling cute art, you're selling usable art. And this is another important part. A beginner version can be Halloween clip art bundle, teacher sticker bundle, a mug design bundle, seasonal icon packs, or tarot card reader bundle. And the question is not, is this cute? The question is, what can a buyer make with this? And that's where the money is. And the next shop is Toy Story Patterns AU. This shop shows over $1.2 million in estimated revenue. And the top listing I found is a crochet pattern dog. And it's priced at $640 with 81 estimated sales last month. And the estimated revenue last month was $518. Now this is lower monthly revenue than all the other examples, but the all-time signals are interesting. The listing showed that it had 35,000 total sales. So even though the monthly revenue on one listing is not the highest in the group, this is clearly a product type that has worked over time. And that is why evergreen craft products are worth studying. Dogs, cats, baby items, farm animals, holiday animals, beginner products. People search again and again for these. And the beginner lesson here is low-priced digital products can still be powerful if they have long-term demand. You don't always need the biggest price. Sometimes the product wins because it keeps selling. And the last shop is the Embroidery Loft Co. And this shop shows just over $1 million in estimated revenue. The top listing I found is a mini collection, Celestial Embroidery Collection, priced at $32.73. And it had over 10 estimated sales last month, with estimated revenue at $327. This is not the biggest monthly revenue listing in the whole video, but I still think it's useful because it shows another type of digital craft product, embroidery patterns and collections. This shop also has individual hand embroidery patterns around $8, including florals, rainbows, strawberries, landscapes, ornaments, ornaments, animals, and other small designs. So here's a simple product ladder. Smaller individual patterns, higher price collections. A buyer can start with an $8 pattern, or they can buy a full collection at $30+. And the beginner lesson here, you don't need one giant product only. You can have a small product and bigger bundles, and that gives buyers options, and it gives your shop more ways to earn. So what do these shops have in common? So here's what I'm seeing across all these $1 million shops. And I'm not going to say they followed their passion, because that's not a strategy. Here's the actual strategy. 1, bundles are everywhere. Journal bundles, sewing pattern bundles, crochet pattern collectibles, design bundles, mock-up sets. Collections and bundles make the product feel more complete. And 2, many of these products help people make something. Crochet patterns, sewing patterns, embroidery patterns, mock-ups, designs you're selling to people, but also businesses. You're selling design assets, things that save people time. And they're not just files that are sitting there looking pretty. They help the buyer create. And number 3, useful, it beats cute. Now, cute does help, so you want a nice listing, but useful actually sells. A spreadsheet helps someone manage their money. A mock-up helps someone sell a shirt or a mug. A sewing pattern is a customizable gift that you can give to somebody, and it helps them make clothing. A scavenger hunt helps a parent create an activity fast. And 4, price strategy varies. Some shops win with low-priced volume, and some, they win with higher price bundles. Some do both. And 5, the shops have lanes. They're not selling a budget planner, a dog sweater pattern, a wedding invite, a tarot card bundle, a random smoothie recipe, or all-in-one chaotic garage sale. They have categories, patterns. They have a niche. Their shop has a lane, and that makes the shop easier to understand. And honestly, Etsy likes when the customer understands what the heck is happening, and so do people. So how would I start as a beginner? If I were starting from zero, I would not try to copy all of these. I would pick one lane, not just digital products, because that is way too broad. Pick one, spreadsheet templates, mock-ups, crochet patterns, sewing patterns, planners, clip art bundle, design asset bundles, kids activities, party activities. Then I would research 10 shops in that lane, but not to copy them, to understand the demand. And I would look for what product types keep showing up, what price points are working, are bundles common here, and what words are they using in the titles, and what styles are popular, and what problems are these products solving. Then I would pick the easiest first product, not the product that would make the most money someday, the one that I actually can finish, because finished beats imaginary every time. And what would I start with? If I were choosing from these examples, I would probably look at 3 lanes first. 1, spreadsheet templates. It's good if you're organized, analytical, or already use Google Sheets. And you can even start with a tracker. And number 2, mock-ups. If you're good at visuals and understand Etsy sellers, start with 1 mock-up pack. 3, craft patterns. If you're good at sewing, crochet, embroidering, or making things, you can start with 1 beginner-friendly pattern. And then ask yourself, can this be a bundle later? Can I make 5 variations? Can I make a higher price collection? Can I create content around it that can drive traffic? Because one product is a test, a shop is a system, and that's the real difference here. By the way, if you're curious how I found all these listings and these shops, I used something called Everbee to research shop revenue, listings, pricing, and monthly revenue. And I'll put a link down in the description below. And I wouldn't use it blindly and copy products. Use it to spot demand. Look for what is already selling, price points, what's working, what products keep showing up, where you can make your own version, and what different angle, audience, style, or bundle. And this is the helpful part, not copy this exact listing. That's just a little lazy. And also how everyone starts looking exactly like someone else. Use the data to find the opportunity. Then make your own version. So yes, Etsy digital products, they still work, they still sell, they're still making millionaires. But the strongest examples are not just random PDFs. It's not saturation, it's not copying everybody else. They are specific files that help people do something specific, make something, sell something, organize something, plan something, create something else, but faster. So that's a lesson. Start with one person, one problem, one useful product, then build variations. Comment below and tell me which lane you want to try first. Spreadsheets, mock-ups, patterns, crochets, embroidery, clip art, printables, planners. And if you want to see how I would create a digital product from scratch, watch the next video. That's all I have for today. See you in the next one.